The moment their lips met, everything changed, but not in the way Noah expected. Now, with her heart racing and her thoughts out of control, she can't tell if she should run from the truth or finally face it. Noah walks away from Nick, each step feeling heavier than the last. The cool London air hits her face, but it can't calm the storm inside her. She didn't plan for any of this. She didn't expect the kiss. She didn't even expect to want it. But the moment it happened, the world around her stopped just for a second, and now she can't stop thinking about it. Behind her, Nick stands frozen, unsure if he made the biggest mistake of his life or crossed into something that was always meant to happen. He watches her disappear into the crowd, his heart sinking, but he doesn't move. He's trying to understand what she felt, what he felt, and what happens next. Noah's hands tremble as she reaches a quiet street corner. She leans against a brick wall, trying to breathe normally. It's no use. Every time she closes her eyes, she sees the moment again, the way he looked at her, the way he hesitated, the way she didn't pull away. That's what scares her most. She didn't pull away. Her thoughts are loud, racing, messy. Why now? Why him? Why do I feel like this? It wasn't just a kiss. It was a breaking point. A moment that revealed everything she had been trying to hide. Maybe even from herself, and yet mixed with the confusion is something softer, something she doesn't want to name just yet. Gratitude, because for the first time in a long time she felt seen. She felt wanted. She felt something real, something she wasn't ready for, but maybe needed. As she stares at the ground, trying to figure out what to do, Noah realizes one thing: this kiss isn't going away. This moment won't fade. Everything has changed, and she can't pretend it didn't happen. She has to face Nick, and she has to face the truth hiding inside her chest. Noah walks deeper into the quiet London streets, trying to let the city noise drown her thoughts, but nothing works. Every step only brings the memory back stronger: the warmth of Nick's lips, the sharp pull in her chest, the strange comfort she felt in a moment that should have scared her. She wraps her arms around herself as if she can hold everything inside, but her emotions are spilling over faster than she can contain them. She stops by a dim shop window, staring at her reflection in the glass. Her face looks calm, almost collected, but her eyes give her away. They're full of questions she doesn't yet know how to answer. Why did that kiss feel right? Why am I afraid of something that felt so good? The truth is simple, but she refuses to say it out loud. Nick mattered to her long before this. She just never let herself admit it. There was always a reason to hold back, a reason to pretend, a reason to say nothing. But now that he crossed that invisible line, all her excuses feel weak and thin, like paper dissolving in the rain. She closes her eyes, letting the cold air settle against her skin. And slowly, beneath all the confusion and panic, a different feeling rises, one she didn't expect: gratitude, not for the kiss itself, but for what it revealed. For the courage Nick had to act on what she was too scared to confront. For the way that single moment made her feel alive in a way she hadn't felt in years. But the gratitude doesn't erase the fear. If anything, it makes it louder. Because now she knows what she stands to lose. If she goes back to Nick, everything could fall apart. Their friendship, their balance, the fragile safety she built around her heart. But if she doesn't go back, she'd be lying to herself, burying the truth under fear once again. Noah takes a slow breath, letting the weight of it all settle. She can't keep running, not from the kiss, not from Nick, and definitely not from the way her heart reacted. She knows what she has to do. She has to talk to him. She has to look him in the eyes and say the words she's been swallowing for too long, for the first time. She isn't running away from the moment. She's walking toward it. Toward the truth. Toward him. Nick stays exactly where Noah left him, standing in the middle of the pavement like the crowd has turned to fog around him. People pass, lights flash, cars move, but for him everything feels strangely quiet. Too quiet. His heartbeat is the only sound he can hear, loud and uneven, as if it's trying to make sense of a moment he can't take back. He runs a hand through his hair, replaying the kiss again and again. The way she looked at him right before it happened. The hesitation in his breath. The way the world felt like it tilted the second their lips touched. It wasn't planned. It wasn't smart. It wasn't safe. But it was honest. And maybe for the first time in a long time, he let himself be honest with her. But now the honesty terrifies him. Did I ruin everything? Did I push her too far? Did she hate it? His mind spirals, filling in the silence with fears he never had the courage to admit. He cares for Noah more deeply than he ever intended. And that kiss, it wasn't a mistake. It was a truth he'd been carrying quietly inside his chest, hoping she might feel something too, but never expecting to find out like this. Nick steps backwards until his back hits the cold metal railing behind him. He stares down at the ground as though the answer might appear at his feet. He can handle danger, chaos, and even heartbreak, but the idea of losing Noah shakes him in a way nothing else ever has. She isn't just someone he likes. She's the one person who can make him feel calm and alive all at once. The one person he trusts more than he trusts himself. He presses his fingers to his lips, still feeling the ghost of the kiss. It felt right, too right. And that scares him, because if it meant something to her, everything changes. If it didn't, everything breaks. There's no middle ground. No safe space to hide in. It's all or nothing now, and he doesn't know which outcome is waiting for him. The city lights blur as he looks up, trying to breathe away the pressure in his chest. He wishes he could read her mind, see what she felt in that moment. But all he can do is wait and hope that she doesn't disappear from his life because of one impulsive. On a second, Nick stays there, still and silent, until a single thought rises above all the noise in his head. He'd kiss her again. Without regret. Without hesitation. If she let him, Noah spots him before he notices her. Nick is still standing in the same place, shoulders tense, eyes fixed on the ground like he's waiting for the city to swallow him whole. For a moment she hesitates. Her heart thumps loudly, reminding her of every fear she still carries. But she takes a breath slow, steady, and steps toward him. This time she isn't running. This time she's choosing honesty over fear. Nick looks up the second he hears her footsteps. His eyes widen, surprised she came back at all. He straightens slowly, almost cautious, as if any sudden move might scare her away again. The silence between them feels heavy, but not empty more, like it's filled with all the words they've both been too afraid to say. Noah stops in front of him, close enough to feel the warmth of his breath, but far enough to keep her thoughts clear. She can see the worry in his eyes, the regret he's been holding on to since the kiss. And suddenly she realizes he's hurting more than she imagined. He isn't confident or smug. He's scared. Scared of losing her. Scared of what the kiss meant. Scared of how she might respond now. She swallows, gathering every piece of courage she has. Nick, she says softly, her voice steady but full of emotion. Don't look so scared. Nick's breath catches. No, I didn't mean to. She cuts him off gently, shaking her head. I know, and that's why I'm here. Another moment of silence. This one warmer, softer, a moment that pulls them closer without either of them moving. I came back because... She pauses, choosing her words carefully. Because I needed to tell you something. Her gaze drifts downward, then returns to him with quiet honesty. Thank you. Nick blinks, confused. For what? For the kiss. The words sound lighter than she expected, almost freeing. For being brave when I wasn't. For showing me something I was too scared to admit. Nick's eyes soften, the tension in his shoulders melting. He studies her face, searching for any trace of uncertainty. But Noah's expression is calm, still nervous, yes, but sure. More sure than she's ever been. I didn't run because I hated it, she adds, her voice dropping to a whisper. I ran because it felt real. And real things scare me. Nick lets out a slow breath, one that sounds like relief breaking free after being trapped too long. He steps closer, not touching her, but close enough that she feels the shift. You don't have to be scared with me, he murmurs. Noah smiles gently, a small but undeniable sign of her choice. I know, she says. That's why I came back. In the quiet glow of London's streetlights, something unspoken settles between them, not a promise, not yet, but a beginning. A truth neither of them can ignore anymore, and for the first time since the kiss, neither of them feels afraid.